Time travel is a very confusing topic to talk about, so I'll try to explain what I think of it. So, how I see it, there are two different types of time travel: simple travel and dimension hopping. These aren't real terms, I just made them up. So, simple travel is a lot easier to understand, because it is the one that actually makes sense. So let's say Bob goes back in time to stop himself from doing something, but in reality, he was the one who influenced himself into doing that action, or he didn't do anything. I'm basically saying that whatever he does in the past won't change the future, because the future already happened. The only thing that you will do is create the future, if that makes any sense. For example, if you had the time to read that one wizard book about people, then you might remember that Harry was pinned by a scary monster man, but then he died by a spell cast by another person, unknown to Harry. Then, after this, he goes back in time. I forgot why, but then he sees himself being pinned by the monster man, so Harry kills it, and we figure out what really happened. He didn't change the future, he made it. Let me explain on a timeline. What happens in the past already happened, so you can't change it. The only difference is the different perspectives. Now on to the more hard part, dimension hopping. Basically, this is the one that most people are familiar with, because it's the most common in games, movies, and TV shows. The character goes back in time, and then does something that changes the future. It's just that when he or she does that, he creates a different universe on which the story would continue to take place. Timeline again, it creates a new timeline where something else happened. These timelines are a lot more confusing to understand and follow in the story, which would make the story less enjoyable if you don't know what's going on. An example of this would be Groundhog Day, or almost any other movie or book that has time travel, though most of the stories that you remember have good time travel, because you remember them, which means that you enjoyed it, and the author made it so that you actually understand what's going on. That's why no one really remembers Captain Underpants. Gotta say, Star Wars did pretty well with Lucas making the fourth movie first. Great use of time travel there. So if you still don't get it, that's nice, I can't help you anymore. You don't have the basic understanding of complex storytelling that creates a rip in the fabric of time for you to bend at your will. But really, why am I explaining time travel in my Minecraft Let's Play channel? It's because so little people acknowledge good use of time travel. The first type of travel I explained is a lot easier to understand, and it makes a better story, in my opinion, and it just makes more sense in general. So why isn't it used more? Maybe people will actually have more logic in their stories next time.